got some Mary in my backpack. Abstracts, thought I got some pen and paper. Fit the whiskey, coke, berry flapjacks. Roll it up and put it to my lips, no need to pass there. So up in summertime, I undermine the underlying fact that I scrape pennies, but I want a dime. She's something else, I got it now. Well, yeah, my dude, she's something fine. And since I got a shot at her, they salty. I tell them suck a lime, I wasn't mine. Now I'm just clowning, trying to scrape a number. Smile after I take it from her. Copacetic today, but in 2 days disintegrate to bummers. I thought I won her over, but I just created blunders. The game I hate and love her. Thinking back to times of playing B because of breaking rubbers. I was a wild child and still extra. All these women still extra. I'm just trying to find an ill chick and a chill spectrum to make my broken heart feel better. Let the ship set sail off to adventure. Got some Mary in my backpack. Abstracts, thought I got some pen and paper. Fit the whiskey, coke, berry flapjacks. Roll it up and put it to my lips, no need to pass that. Let the ship set sail off to adventure. Got some Mary in my backpack. Abstracts, thought I got some pen and paper. Fit the whiskey, coke, berry flapjacks. Roll it up and put it to my lips, no need to pass that. Pass that. Pass that. Pass that. Pass that.
Welcome back. I mean, having some tech diffs back here. For some reason, my camera and mic just disappeared right when I went live. So hopefully everything's in sync. If it's not, fuck it. We ain't here for me. We're here for the highlights, ain't we? If you don't already know, I'm the host of this here channel. My name's Gaff. I do this shit basically every damn day of the week. And I give you guys the MMA and boxing, combat, sports, fight sphere. All around, I give you every little piece, every little motherfucking piece. TKOs, takedowns, submissions, motherfucking parlays. I mean, game simulations, watch-alongs. What don't I do for you motherfuckers, man? What don't I do? The least you can do is subscribe. The least you can do, scan that QR code. I'll subscribe you to this channel right here. One more round fights. All right? We're here to bring you everything. Combat sports in totalities. Okay? If you don't like it, you just must hate awesome stuff. Because you join this channel, your life changes for the better. You're a member of this channel, your life changes for the better. I promise. Good things will happen. You'll win Bobby King green bets out of nowhere, plus 300, plus 1,100. You'll start cashing parlays. Life just turns around for you if you subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to follow on socials. One more round fights everywhere but X. Fuck you, Elon. There's a character limit on X, so we have to do one more round F8. Ugh. Fucking Elon, man. But anyways, follow, because that's where we live tweet on X the fights. That's MMA fights. We don't really live tweet for boxing fights, but for MMA fights. We're live scoring, baby. Rounds as you go. So you should probably, follow all those socials because that's also where we put out the parlays, social cut downs, polls, all types of shit, man. We're out here. Don't forget to follow Main Card Minute, scan the QR code as well. You can catch me on there doing prop quiz, putting belt to ass. Should be undefeated. It is what it is. Sometimes you get the short end of the stick in this game. It is what it is. Everybody can't be Khabib. We got to have some BJs out here. Shout out to Damian Penis. Anyways, guess what, y'all? We're here for some KOs. It's TKO Tuesday. That's what we do. We take all the best TKOs in MMA, all the best TKOs in boxing, and I'm not talking the whole thing. All right, I'm not doing regional shit. Let's be real here. I'm doing main shit. I'm doing Matchroom. I'm doing Dezurn. I'm doing PBC. I'm doing UFC. I'm doing PFL. I'm doing One Championship. I'm doing Bare Knuckle. I'm doing Karate Combat. I'm not doing your Octagon FC. Okay? That ain't what I'm doing here. All right, so without further ado, let's get into it. Let's talk about all the best KOs this year, just so we can keep it fresh in our minds before we see these new ones over the last couple weeks, huh? Let's keep it fresh. I gave you guys a list. Let's peep that list. All right. Let's do MMA first, shall we? We had a top 5 knockouts list, and at the top we have Mauricio Hufi defeating Rafael Fiziev via TKO. At the second spot, Nikolai Veretnikov defeating Nico Price. In the third spot in the PFL, Taylor Lapilus knocking out Kasim Kasimov. In the fourth spot, Keiichi Nakamura winning road to UFC by knocking out Sebastian Zalai with a come from behind last second knockout in round 3 minutes and 48 seconds. And last but not least, the fuck you KO from Josh Hokett defeating Denzel Freeman via TKO punches round 1, 4 minutes and 59 seconds. Keep in mind, this knockout list was from a couple weeks ago. We have 2 weeks of knockouts to look at. So this will be a little bit of a longer show. Okay? But still, hang around, check it out, enjoy yourself, and watch the show because we got some knockouts for you, bitch. And we're going to have a new top 10 knockout list at the end of this. All right. So without further ado, let's start with the card that we missed first. Let's start with UFC Houston. Okay, UFC Houston had 4 entries, 4 solid ass entries. I mean, shout out to our first entry coming in as the main event of the evening. It's Sean Strickland taking out Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. Look at this combination. Oh, yeah. Oh, flurry him up, Strickland. Oh, look at that left hook. Fluffy calls him on. He said, okay, here's some uppercuts. Yeah. Here you go. That's it. Fight over Sean Strickland. Okay? That was the first entry from UFC Houston. Okay, we still got 3 more for that ass. All right? We still got 3 whole big baby birds for you. But let's first do you want a second angle? Would you prefer a second angle? I got you, bro. I forgot I don't need to fucking do that anymore. Here you go. Remind me later, bitch. Remind me later. I'll show you guys from a fucking cooler angle. Here you go, baby. Here you go. Oh yeah. He tries to swing back. That left hook was the beginning of the end. And then the uppercuts. And yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. That was Sean Strickland whooping on our boy Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. So that was angle number 2. Okay, but let's move on. We have a second entry. All right, let's not forget about somebody that wowed everybody as a dog. A lot of people were on Jeff Neal in this fight, but Uros Medic proving anybody could have a performance on any night, baby. Look at him chase down Jeff Neal and just land that left overhand shot. Flattens our boy. Flattens him good. Sleepy sleeps for Jeff Neal. Oh, my lordy, lordy, lord. What was that, huh? What was that? Shout out to Uros Medic. What was that? Was that a round two? That was a round one. That was a round one KO, 1 minute and 19 seconds from Uros Medic. So that was our second entry from UFC Houston. Okay, again, this is UFC Houston. All right, this is last week's card. Okay, third entry from the card. Absolutely deserves to be our third entry. I mean, come on. I think it's going to shoot up our top 5 list. Let's be honest here. This motherfucker is shooting up. All right. Let's peep this. Peep this. Spinning back kick knockout of Dan Ige when Dan Ige's never been knocked out in his career. That's probably going to jump into that top 5. That's probably going to jump into that top 3. That was not the co-main, but the co-main. Okay? Or was it the co-main? Hold on. Let me get my facts straight in this motherfucker, man. Yeah, it was the co-main. All right? And that stole the show. I don't care that Uros Medic knocked out Jeff Neal in the fight after that. Jeff Neal's been knocked out before. The fact that Melky Costa knocks out Dan Ige when he's not even a knockout artist with his second knockout in a row, by the way. Spinning back kick, spectacular fashion, and takes out somebody that's never been knocked out. He's jumping into that top 3. I'm sorry. That's happening. That's happening. He deserves it. Absolutely. Positively. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And this should be talked about. I don't think it's going to be joining any of my lists this week, unfortunately, but it is a fantastic KO. And he deserves to be talked about. Shout out to our guy, Jacoby Smith. Check this knockout out. I mean, ground and pounders. Oh, he was out early. Oh, man. Who was that? Carrie Hatley? Who was that? God damn, brother. Let the man live. My Lord, he just had brain surgery. Get in there a little quicker next time. God damn. But those are our 4 entries and the lone 4 knockouts from UFC Houston. Okay? So those are our entries from UFC Houston. Should we go on to the boxing knockouts of last week? And then we'll go into, or do we want to just do MMA as a whole? Let's see what the chat's hitting on. Let me bring in the chat, actually. Meat Rockets is first. Lazy says, that track reminds me of some old school Goody Mob. Oh, shit. Main card minute in the house says, hey. Meat Rocket says, do you like Zuffa boxing? I love Zuffa boxing, especially after Zuffa boxing 3 with those knockouts that I've seen, after the cashes that I made off that card. Jayo Pataya. I'm here, brother. I'm here. Leave the regionals to me. Lazy, you got it, brother. It's all you. All you, Lazy. I ain't dipping my toes there. I ain't doing nothing of the sorts. Me Rocket says, Penis had the best KO. We need more penis talk. Oh, penis is coming. Penis is coming, Meat Rocket. Luke says, could always use more penis talk. Oh, penis is coming, Luke. Penis is coming. Penis will end the show. I promise you that. I promise you that. Okay? Not to be weird about it. All right, let's just get into more MMA knockouts. Okay, so we already talked about UFC Houston. Let's get into UFC Mexico City. All right, and then we'll do all of our boxing knockouts as a whole, and then we'll rank those. UFC Mexico City had another. Well, they had 5 entries for us. 5 entries. I thought it was 4. It was 5 entries. These were harder to find this week. I'm not going to lie. Harder to find. UFC not posting their knockouts no more. So your boy got to search a little harder. But you know me. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. I gets it done. Let's check it out. Bobby Green, baby. Bobby motherfucking King Green. Look at this beautiful knockout over Zellhuber. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Piece him up against that cage, Bobby. piece him up. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. At least Bobby got some payback for that Jalen Turner fight. God damn. They really didn't want to. They didn't want to get in on our boy Zellhuber there. They just want to let Bobby wail on him for a little bit. Oh my lordy! You've bet on Karate Combat and won bets there, me Rocket. No, I haven't. I don't even know if I've gotten lines for it, but I'm talking about KOs. We'll show those KOs on this here show. But yeah, Bobby Green, that's an entry from UFC Mexico City. I mean, one of my favorites. I think it's going to enter the top 10 of the list. I think it deserves to enter the top 10 of the list. I mean, Bobby Green, full celly. You already know. We love to watch Bobby Green celebrate. You know what? We got a little time. Let's watch Bobby Green celebrate. We have to. You know, that's our guy. That's our guy. It's Bobby fucking Green, bro. Look at this celly, baby. Classic Bobby celly. Arms up like a Diaz. Zellhuber thinks he's still in this fight, even though he got wailed on 10 fucking times. And yeah. All we're missing is a Bobby spit fucking. Oh, there was the scream. There we go. The scream. We got the scream at the end. Well, at least we got the scream at the end. But we got another knockout to join the list. This guy went through hell to get his knockout. I ain't gonna lie to you. Shout out to one of our favorites from Tough, Dana White Contender Series alumni, a Tough alumni, a Team Cormier alumni. Shout out to Emmanuel Rodriguez. He defeats Kevin Borges via TKO punches. Round 2, 4 minutes and 21 seconds. Let's check out his knockout too, shall we? Let's peep our guy. I mean, wailing on Borges. Borges has got to run for the hills. Eats a couple more shots. He's up against this fence. Decides one more shot's about to be enough. Bop. He's like, nope, I'm out of here. And then Emmanuel just finishes it up, makes it academic, forces the referee to step in. Emmanuel with the flippers. Let's go. Shout out to Emmanuel Rodriguez. Huge win. Even bigger celly. I mean, what a guy. What a guy. Shout out to Emmanuel. He's going to be exciting. I believe that was at flyweight, dude. I mean, making it great again. Shout out to Emmanuel Rodriguez. I've been watching him for a while now. I kind of knew this would happen. I was just, surprised that he got dropped early. I'm not going to show that because, I like to show the positivity of his performance. But, yeah, shout out to Emmanuel Rodriguez. He got the job done. Come from behind win there. In our second entry, we got another up-and-comer. We got Ryan Gandra, baby. Ryan Gandra. Check him out. So we're not going to show this one because it was very hard to find, but, I mean, it was a beautiful right hand. He sets it up. You can see with this left hand here. He lands the right hand, drops his opponent, and the referee pretty much steps in pretty quickly. Nothing crazy. I don't think this knockout's going to enter my list this week, mainly because it wasn't even, worth me looking for. No offense to his performance, but it was just I didn't need to go ahead and find that one. It was pretty academic. One big right hand and it was over. Okay. But another knockout that's not going to make my list, but deserves to be talked about this week because they had a fantastic performance and they are setting themselves up for a solid big ass fight in their next bout. Javier Reyes defeats Douglas Da Silva de Andrade. I always add another day in there for some reason. Douglas Silva de Andrade via TKO. Round 1, 4 minutes and 59 seconds. He basically just got into mount and kept going. Just didn't pull his punches at all until the referee was forced to stop the bout, even with 1 second left on the clock. Go ahead and check it out for yourself. Not much left of it, but referee just pulls him off right at the end. And Jose Reyes celebrates. He celebrates at the end there. But the knockout that I know everybody's looking for. The thing that everybody came to see, baby. That's right. Robert Greene has to be top 10 KOs, especially because how much older he is and how bit of an underdog he was. Great point, B-Rocket. Great point. But the last knockout on our MMA list that we'll talk about this week, and that I think should be added to the top 10 list as well. Go ahead and give it up for our guy, Penis. Damian Baby Aga Penis, baby. He defeats Wesley Schultz via TKO strikes 2 minutes and 30 seconds of round 1. Let's peep Penis here. Let's check him out. Calls him up. Boom. Right hand right down the pipe. Oh, beautiful. Just one single KO, and called him on beforehand too. Called him on before. He said, get up. And what I didn't show right before that is that he lands the same strike and drops him. And then his opponent gets up, and then he calls him up. He's like, come on, get up. You know I'm going to land it again. And then he lands that strike like you just saw him do. And you know what? I got to show it. I got to show another one, man. I got to show it. Let's see it again. Oh, drops him. He pulls his mouthpiece out. He's like, yeah, I'm done. And the Baby Yaga. Look at Penis standing tall. Shout out to Damian Penis. Shout out to a new prospect on the rise. And guess what, guys? This rounds out our first top 10 list of the year. Luke says, yes, Penis time, Penis power. Dr. Ned Cashew says, Penis. Here's our top 10 knockouts of the year in MMA thus far, guys. We have Mauricio Huvi versus Rafael Fiziev still holding down that number 1 spot with the round 2 TKO. Melky Costa jumps in at that number 2 spot, taking out Dan Ige for the first time of his career with a spinning kick in round 1. Nikolai Varennikov versus Nico Price moves down a spot to 3 with the round 1 KO. Taylor Lapilus moves down a spot to 4 with the knockout of Kasimov in the PFL in round 3. Nakamura moves from spot 4 to spot 5 with his knockout and win to road to UFC tournament over Sebastian Zalai with his beautiful round 3 knee in a come from behind win. Uros Medic defeats Jeff Neal via KO. That joins at number 6 with the round 1 KO with the beauty of the punch, laying out Jeff Neal. Style points added to push him into that 6th spot. Damian Penis comes in at the 7th spot with his beauty setup KO over Wesley Schultz that we just watched. Round 1 as well. Sean Strickland gets the number 8 spot with his knockout of Anthony Hernandez because it's a main event, because it's an opponent on an 8-fight win streak. Round 3 and with a knockout that he rarely gets. Bobby King Green joins the top 10 list at number 9, knocking out Daniel Zellhuber with punches. Round 2, 4 minutes and 55 seconds. And still enough to keep him in the top 10 with the fuck you KO. Josh Hokett defeats Denzel Freeman via TKO punches. Round 1, 4 minutes and 59 seconds. And those were our top knockouts of the year for MMA. We have a shit ton of entries to go over, though, for boxing. A shit ton of entries to go over for boxing. Let's talk about our boxing knockouts, shall we? Let's talk about our top 5 list from last week first. Top 5 from, 2 weeks ago. Brandon Figueroa defeats Nick Ball via 12th round TKO. Style points, knocking him through the ropes to win the belt. It's everything that you ask for in a knockout in boxing. It was amazing. Still holding down that number 1 spot. Number 2, Dalton Smith defeats Subio Matias via 5th round TKO at the 2 spot. Bruce Carrington defeats Carlos Castro via 9th round KO. A lot of dispute over this one this week. Has it moved up? Has it not? We'll see at the end. Via 9th round KO. At the 4 spot, Keyshawn Davis defeating Jermaine Ortiz via 12th round KO, dropping him with that body shot towards the end. And Lorenzo Hunt from BKFC holding down the 5 spot, taking out David Mundell via knockout, round 4. So those were our top 5 knockouts in boxing in 2026. Let's first go over last week's boxing bouts. Okay, we have a Barrios versus Garcia card that we still have to go over. There were a couple knockout entries that we got from that. The first entry from that card that we'll talk about, and one that I think is going to enter our top 10 list. I believe that it deserves to enter that list. I don't know if you guys think so. I think it does. Tell me what you think. It's our boy with heavy ass freaking hands, Bektemir Melikuziev. He defeats Senag Beko via 7th round TKO. I mean, this knockout was just brutal. I felt for him when this knockout came. Check this shit out, brother. Check this shit out. I mean, look at him wailing on this man. He could barely stand anymore. And just look at it. Oh, brutal. Brutal. Just puts him down. Can you believe he gets back up? Can you believe this shit? He gets back up. Look at this. Look, he gets back up. Yeah. Ref's giving him a shot. And he wants to go. He shook his head. Yes, I want to go. Look at this shit. Oh, my Lord. And there it is. And there it is. I think the stop points, I don't even know why the ref let him go in the first place. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Why do you let him go in the first place if it took like a half of a punch to finish it? I still think that knockout deserves to join the list. I do. I do. Because of the beauty of that first knockdown, it should have been called right there. I think that knockout deserves to have been called right there. But there was another knockout that's going to join the list that I think deserves to be on the list, and it was on the prelims. You could have watched it on Uncrowned, I believe. I think that was on YouTube. It was a super featherweight bout between Muhammad Alako and David Calabro, and this was a second round KO. And the reason I want this knockout to join the list is because of the sheer beauty of the setup and the punch. He already had hurt his opponent, gets the count, he comes back in, and look how beautifully he gets this punch to land. I mean, oh, that placement, that liver shot. Look at him crumple and then lands a nice little left hook just for measures. I mean, look at this thing one more time. Comes forward, dips, bop, right there to that liver. Oh, my Lord. Look at him crawling away. He wants to get as fast as he can back to the locker room. He's like, fuck this. I'm out of here. I am done. I don't get paid enough to get back up for that. Look at Alako. Selly time. Oh, yeah. Beauty of a knockout. Absolutely deserves to join the list. I don't know what you guys think. I don't care if it's on the fucking prelims. That's a beautiful goddamn knockout. That was a beautiful knockout on the prelims of Barrios versus Garcia. I think it deserves to be on the list. And if not, it is definitely deserved to be talked about. Okay, so shout out to Muhammad Alako with a huge freaking knockout win there. Yeah. And that's it for Barrios versus Garcia. Only 2 knockout entries. As you know, there were a lot of decisions on that card, especially on that main card. It is what it is. But another boxing card that we missed with a few knockouts that we'd like to talk about, the Josh Warrington versus Lee Wood card on Dezurn. Okay, Josh Warrington, Lee Wood on Dezurn. You remember? There were a couple knockouts on there. And guess what? They came at heavyweight. And guess what? They were kind of the same fucking knockout. But they were both beautiful. They were the same knockout, but they were both beautiful, man. All right? That's all I got to say. The first one is David Allen. He defeats Kareem Barrios via first round TKO. And let's check this out. This was on Dezurn. Dezurn owned the weekend. Let's keep it a buck. They own the weekend here, but let's check out this knockout. Oh, hands, heavy hands. Oh, Big over here just puts him down. He's not getting back up from that. If he does, he's a tough SOB, but I don't think he's getting back up from that thing. No, ref. Save him from him. No, ref, you sick bastard. Ref, you sick bastard. Ref, no. Why would you do that to him? Bop. Oh, and it was over. Bop. Nice little uppercut. He's backing into that corner. And then let's end the night, shall we? Let's end the night. Bop. Bop. And one last bop for good measure. There it is. Oh. That's joining the list, right? That's a top 10. Even the ref's like, oh, fuck no, you're not getting up from that. That's joining the list. That's a top 10. You got to kiss him on the forehead after that. He's like, I don't know how you took that shit, brother. I don't know how you took all them punches, brother. It was just bow after bow after bow after bow. Brother took like 17 unanswered strikes at least. That's joining the list at heavyweight. Beautiful. And that was the first round, bro. That was the first round. Thank you, heavyweights. Always showing us beauty performances. And I got another heavyweight performance for you. This heavyweight performance was from Leo Atang. He defeats Dan Garber via first round TKO. And yeah, this is another one you got to check out because shout out to the heavyweights. Always doing us good. Always doing us good. Look at this. Oh, look at this flurry. Oh, look at this flurry. Just look at these heavyweights with some speed. I want to see that again. Look at the speed, just lands. Look at his head just bouncing backwards. He's just got his hands. It's like a schoolyard fight where one person just has their hands up and they're just trying to block every strike up coming back at him. My Lord. Yeah, and those were the two knockouts from Josh Warrington versus Lee Wood. Shout out to Lee Wood with a classy decision performance all across the board. I mean, styled on him, landed the better strikes. Solid card. I don't know if you guys watched it. I did. It was solid, though. It was solid. Meat Rocket says, I do love the power of penis. Dr. Ned Cashew says, was that silly? What was that? Silly ref. Yeah, right? Ref was let him back up. I was like, bro, fight's over. You let him take another 20 punches. And Meat Rocket says, what do you think of Better Beef's KOs? He had 100% finish rate before the Bivol fight. I mean, that's what happens when you face the highest level of competition, man. It's harder and harder to get a knockout, you know? Harder and harder every time. A last knockout from last week's that we need to talk about. Claressa Shields versus Franchon Cruz Dezurn. It was a Sunday card, actually. So if you needed some fights on a Sunday, they had you covered. There were a few knockouts on this one. There were 3, but we're only going to talk about 2. The first one was a light heavyweight knockout. Atif Oberton defeats Joseph George via first round TKO. This one we're not going to show because it was kind of scary, kind of weird. But Joseph George collapses in the fight. No need to show that. I'm sure his family, that was a very scary moment for them because he just, kind of keels over midway through the rounds. But yeah, so that was the first knockout on the card. Well, last knockout, we'll say. And then the knockout that we'll talk about was for a WBA light heavyweight championship. It was between Danielle Perkins and Shay Connolly. This was a round 6 TKO. And yes, I just said 2 female names. That's right. We're going to have a female entry on our list, mofos. The ladies getting it done on this card. Check this out. Oh, yeah. Look at this punch. Oh, that's power. And then steps over her. Look at the blood dripping from her chin. Style points in every single way. Social media worthy. Oh, look at her get back up, try to beat the count. Arms down, like, nah, brother, I'm out. I'm good. She got it. She got it. Did you see that punch that she landed? All right, I'll show you one more time. Oh, put her in another dimension. Look at her. Look at trying to figure out where she is. She shook her head yes, like, oh yeah, I'm still on Earth. God damn. What a knockout. Shout out to Danielle Perkins winning the WBA light heavyweight championship for the ladies. Danielle Perkins. She ain't one to trifle with, I'll tell you that much. And the other knockout from this card that we'll talk about, it comes at heavyweight. It was Price Taylor. He defeats James Evans via round 5 TKO. Let's check this knockout out as well. Oh, right hand, left hook to the body, right hand over the top. Oh, man, overhand. Spam them overhands. Look at him styling on him, throwing fucking shoulder rolls and shimmies at him. Oh, and then just beating him around, beating him in every corner. Did he just beat him into 4 corners of the squared circle? Did we just watch him beat him 4 times in every corner? It started in the left. He beat him over to the top left, then beat him over to the right, and beat him down to the... Yeah, I would call it too, Rev. I would call it too. Now, I don't think that knockout's going to join our list in any way, shape, or form. But those were knockouts that we had to talk about because they happened last week. And that's just not last week's knockouts, guys. Now we got to get into this week's knockouts. Okay? And the first card that we'll talk about is Emmanuel Navarette and Eduardo Nunez. And yes, we got to talk about the main billing. we got to talk about Navarette Nunez because, yes, that ended in TKO. I don't think it's going to join a list. I don't think it's going to join any lists. I'm sorry. I don't think it is. It's both of these on this card were doctor stoppages, and doctor stoppages just don't join my TKO list. They're just not flashy enough. They're just not, exciting enough. They don't happen in the fashion that we need them to. Like if it was like, okay, huge combo, lands a big strike, cuts him open, he's bleeding everywhere, referee stops it immediately, doctor stoppage, okay. Something like that, all right. But nah, those aren't going to join my list. But we have to show it because it was an amazing feat because he was a dog. And look at this beating that he puts on Nunez. Look at this. Look at these combos. Look at that left hook. Look at that left hook. Oh, Lord. Right. Oh, right. Over the top. Left hook again. Oh, right hook over the top. Right hook again. Another right hook over the top. A left hook, right hook. He's just spamming hooks and then throws an uppercut in there. Like, look at the beating he was putting on him. Look at that. And that was the end of the round. That was just a random sequence in the round. I'll show you the end sequence, which is basically just the doctor stepping in and saying that the fight is over. So if you just want to see how it ends here. Oh, well, I guess we're not going to show that. I'm not logged in, so I can't show you that. It is what it is. It doesn't matter anyway. It's a shit highlight. It's just shit highlight anyway, love. Let's move on. Emiliano Vargas defeats Augustin Ezequiel Quintana via 9th round TKO. Let's check this finish out. This is the only other finish of the card that I deemed worthy to show. Okay. But yeah, this is a doctor stoppage. He takes a look at the cut. Emiliano Vargas was absolutely putting a beating on him. And then the doctor steps in. The referee tells him, the doctor tells the referee to stop it. And then obviously his opponent is furious because he still has some fight in him. But yeah, it was Emiliano Vargas TKO. Emiliano Vargas TKO. He was putting a beating on him, let's be honest. I don't think this needed to go on any further than it did. So I liked where it ended, and those are two knockouts that deserve to be talked about, but those are not two knockouts that'll be joining our lists. Okay? Knockouts that will be joining our list, though, come from this card. Elijah Pierce and Lorenzo Parra. Brother, man. Brother. Wozers. This knockout was unexpected because there was a lot of shit talked from Elijah Pierce in this lead to this bout. And you would have thought, as the favorite, as all this stuff, that Elijah would have had a great performance, but that's not what happened here. Lorenzo Parra took all the shit that he was talking that week and used it against him. Look at this KO. Oh, man. Oh, that right hook froze him in time in that corner. Oh, and then he falls and rolls over. And oh, this was round 2. And then Styles on him running around in circles. He still can't get up. That's how bad the knockout was. And then he's doing the Ronaldo on him. Oh, man. Lorenzo Parra did exactly. He fully styled on him with this KO. Full style. Just absolutely took it to him. He said, nah, brother. I heard all that shit you were talking this week. I'm going to make you pay for that. I'm going to make you pay. And that is exactly what he did. A knockout that we won't show, but it deserves to be talked about. Bryce Mills defeats Tobias Green via TKO round 4. The only reason I'm not going to show this one is because it's a classic boxing KO. Gets him into the corner, overwhelms him with strikes. He kind of sits down, referee steps in, it's over. It's the classic boxing KO. Nothing that, if I miss showing you, you're going to be mad about. Okay. But let's talk about a prospect on the rise, absolutely putting on a show on this same card. Let's talk about Carmel Moten. Some people compare him to Gervonta Tank Davis. He's his own guy. He's got heavy ass hands, and this is what he likes to do to people. This is Carmel Moten at his best. Now, this isn't the finishing sequence, but this is just some of the punishment that he was putting on this guy. I mean, look at this. He can't even get, he'll land one strike out of the 15 that lands for Moten. And then he just stalks him the whole time. Just absolutely stalking him. Like, you know how scary that is to have a teenager that big fucking stalking you down? You can't do nothing about it, bro. That is terrifying. And look what else. This is how it actually ends. Oh, fuck. Oh. Oh, look at him sitting on the ropes. And then gets back up like, fuck it. I'll get back up. And then his corner actually throws in the towel. Yeah, it's over. It's over. Look at the Sally. He knows exactly what he just did to that man. He knows exactly what he just did to that man. Oh, man. Shout out to Carmel Moulton. What a knockout. And the last boxing knockout that we're going to talk about this week. Man, the last one. Crazy. Crazy to see. Wow. We're here. We're at the end of this. And then we have our top 10 list. Brandon Poulard defeats Charles Scott via KO. Round 1, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. This one almost came close to cracking my list. I ain't going to lie to you. But here it is. Here it is. Oh, puts him down. It was clean. Look at this. Oh, this is a. Oh, Poulard. It was pretty brutal. Let's look at it again. It was close to joining. It might have joined the list low key. I can't even remember. It might have deserved to. I feel bad if it didn't. That one was nice. Man. Yeah, that was tough. That was tough. And those are all the knockouts from Parra Pierce. And those are all the knockouts I got for you this week. Those are all the knockouts this week. So guess what? We showed you that top 5 list. Now we got to show you that top 10 list. So let's check it out. The top 10 boxing knockouts of this 2026 thus far are as follows. Brandon Figueroa is still holding down that number 1 spot with a knockout of Nick Ball. Bruce Carrington moves up to spot number 2 with the knockout of Carlos Castro in 9th round knockout. Dalton Smith moves down a spot to the 3rd with a knockout of Subriel Matias in the 5th round. Lorenzo Parra jumps into the top 5 spot with a knockout of Elijah Pierce in the 2nd round. That's a typo, damn it. Number 5 spot, we have Bektimir Melikuziev knocking out Sena Agbeko with the 7th round knockout. Beautiful little knockout there. At the 6th spot, Keyshawn Davis moves down and defeats Jermaine Ortiz, 12th round KO. David Allen joins the top 10 with the knockout of Kareem Berejim with a 1st round knockout. Muhammad Alako with the uppercut body shot knockout of David Calabro joins at the number 8 spot with a 2nd round KO. Leo Atong defeats Dan Garba via 1st round TKO at the 9th spot. And at number 10, holding it down for the ladies, had to include him on the list, Danielle Perkins defeats Shay Connolly via 6th round TKO. And those are my top 10 boxing knockouts of this 2026. And it's subject to change, okay? Maybe next week I sleep on it and Brandon, what's his name? And Brandon Poulard with his knockout of Charles Scott Jr. knocks somebody off the list. Maybe even somebody at the 7 or 8 spot. Who knows? You know, maybe I was feeling some type of way when I made these. Maybe I forgot about the Poulard knockout. I don't know. It was a round 1, and that was a brutalization as well. So maybe that deserves to join the list. You let me know what you think in the comments. You let me know what you think down below. Whatever you like to do. It is what it is. But those are all the knockouts of this week, and I hope you enjoyed them. These are the knockouts of 2026 thus far. Now, we got to talk about the knockouts that will happen next week, don't we? And let's look at the UFC card coming up because they're the only show in town, baby. Okay? They're the only show in town. There's a couple props that we like to look at. Now, obviously, we're just perusing right now. We're not going to give out the official picks. You guys got to follow on social, and you'll see that parlay when we post it, or subscribe to the channel, and you'll see the parlay when we post it later in the week. Okay. A little bit of a shorter card this week, as you can see. Oh, as you can't see, I haven't showed you. Let me first put up the lower, and then let me show you. So a little bit of a shorter card this week. They have a couple, I think it's only 2 fight prelims or 3 fight prelims? Did they change that? Oh, they changed it. Okay. They switched it up. I forgot they added a couple fights. So it's 4 fights on the prelims. 4 fights on the early prelims, 5 fights on the main. All right, where the fuck am I? All right, and you see this light heavyweight bout between Luke Fernandez and Rodolfo Bellato? You see that right there? Don't mind that 1-0 debut, any of that stuff. Okay. Do you see that fucking number right there? I'm sorry. Do you see that number right there? I'm talking about this. That's in 1 minute. That's in 1 minute. 32 landed in 1 minute. That's one every less than 2 seconds if you're confused. Okay? And you expect me to believe that this actor, this absolute actor below me, is not going to take some fucking hands from our boy Luke Fernandez with a 6-pack at fucking light heavyweight? Give me the Luke Fernandez KO, please. Hot and ready. Like Little Caesars. Give it to me. Give it to me. I need that. Okay? I need that. Give me that Luke Fernandez KO and shut your whore mouth. All right? Let's look at some more fights. I don't like this fight for knockouts, and I don't like this fight for knockouts. This feels like grappler's delight, in my opinion. Sumaderji and Jesus Aguilar, though. We know what Sumaderji does. We know what Sumaderji does. Look at that. 72% by KO, my guy. All right. Look at that average fight time. 10 minutes. Pretty short for both those guys. Sumaderji, fight NKO. I'm looking at it. I'm not saying it's going to be in my parlay, but I'm taking a look. I'm taking a gander and a goose and all those other fucking birds too. All right. I'm looking at that as well. Let's keep it moving. I know a lot of people are on Tumen Dembarel, and, you know, Cody Durden seems to take a lot of L's. Okay. I actually see this being grappler's delight. You could see the 67% sub. We've seen Cody Durden lose by sub many times. So it is what it is. I see Tercios and Montez going the disty, going the distos. All right. 9% KO, 20. It's not that fight. We're not looking at that. I was intrigued by Dante Johnson, though. I'm not gonna lie. I was looking at Dante Johnson because of that 86% KO ratio. I was looking at it. I'm liking a Dante Johnson KO, especially with Cody Brunage. We've seen Cody crumple. Cody crumples, we'll call him now. But we've seen that. Obviously, we've seen Cody be able to take people down and take a fight long as well. But I mean, if he ends up on his back, look at that takedown average and takedown accuracy, bro. If he ends up on his back and just overwhelms him with significant strikes, pounds on him, and gets another ground and pound TKO win, Dubberson, I mean, your boy's looking at a nice round robin again, because there's not a lot of KOs that I like on the main card past this. So this would be a solid round robin for me with a Fernandez, Maderji, Dante Johnson. All right. I'm not feeling too bad about that. And I was thinking about Cody, but I feel like Zhao Long's got a chin on him. He has a lot of bouts under his belt. He's pretty active. I know Cody has an 80% knockout ratio, but he's again at the back end of his career. I could see a decision easily. But Cody knockout should be looked at if you really don't believe in Zhao Long, but I do. So yeah, I feel like Zhao Long could win that bout. Bruno Ferreira and Gregory Rodriguez is obviously a bout that we could look at for knockout ability. All right. Another one that I'm like, okay, maybe, just maybe, because I believe last time they fought, he lost by knockout. Yeah. Last time they fought, Gregory Rodriguez lost by knockout. He could get his revenge. It could go the same way. It could go the other way. We don't know, but 60% both ways. Fight NKO might not be a bad bet. The price on it might be dog shit, but the prop might not be a bad bet. Just fight NKO. It might be my last leg. You never know. This one I like too is a knockout. This was actually my final knockout because, again, this is on short notice. Fight does not go the distance might have been my thing, but you never know. The thing that scares me is the knockout ratio. When a lot of decisions for Michael Johnson, I don't think he's the guy that would knock out Drew Dober aside of a TKO from Dr. Stoppage. No offense to him. I just, he does have the speed, but Drew Dober's got a hell of a chin. Do you see that fucking mandible? And then Drew Dober knocking out Michael Johnson's obviously possible. We've seen Josh Emmett do it. We've seen tons of guys do it. Drew Dober very heavy-handed, and when Dober fights someone of color, I don't like their chances in there. The guy comes in extra heavy-handed for some reason. No, I'm kidding, Drew. But it's just a myth. But yeah, Drew Dober knockouts your most likely possibility in this fight. But again, I think this fight goes the distance. Michael Johnson has a different durability up at lightweight than he did at featherweight. So yeah, I think I don't like the main card for any knockouts, if I'm being honest. I'm kind of scared. I feel like those would be my last leg of my round robins. That would kill me. I feel like I should keep it to a 3-leg prelims and maybe do a 2-legger, and the 2-legger wouldn't even be great odds. So I don't know what we're going to do on that, but those are the knockout fights that we're looking at for UFC 326. Yeah, those are all the knockout props you should be looking at as well. I know some people are thinking Max the knockout Charles. People are seeing the unders. I'm hitting overs on that. Fight. I'm sorry. It is what it is. That's how I'm fucking. That's what I'm doing. It is what it is. Last but not least, picks on UFC 326. Baby. Guess what? Oh shit! I just did that. I mean, picks on Zuffa Boxing 4. That's Jaio Pataya and Brandon Glanton. I'm only gonna give you guys the main event. Jaio Pataya 1 through 6. I'm liking it. I'm liking him to get it done early. I'm liking him to have very heavy hands and get it done quickly. I don't think he's a guy that wants experience boxing and Zuffa Boxing. He wants to go in there and make a name for himself like he just seen on the last card. He doesn't want to be the boring performance after such an exciting card that we had on Zuffa Boxing 3. So I believe that Jaio Pataya is going to come in there very heavy-handed in the very early rounds. I could see a 1 through 4 happening. I like 1 through 6. I like 1 through 6 for knockouts in that bout. And that's what I like for knockouts in on Zuffa Boxing 4. And before we get out of here, that clubber parlay of the week, baby. Jaio Pataya TKO's on that. I know it's going to be dog shit odds. I know. But it's going to be on that parlay. Okay? So Jaio Pataya TKO is absolutely going to be in the clubber parlay of the week. And for my other 2 legs, I know I just went over the card with you guys. And I'm liking my 2 big boys. I'm going big in this one. I would take Sumaderji off. I know he's heavy-handed. I know his knockout ratio is high, but flyweight scared the shit out of me. Okay? I'm going with my big boys. The human body isn't supposed to be taking force like that. So I got to rock with my big guys. I got to rock with Luke Fernandez TKO at light heavyweight to start off the card with a big bango. All right, Luke Fernandez TKO. Please don't get the sub, Luke, and fuck my shit up. Please get the TKO, my guy. And then I have to go with my boy Dante Johnson over Cody Brundage. I got to take a Cody Brundage under, man. Dante Johnson, TKO at middleweight. Those would be my 3. I got to go Dante Johnson, TKO, Luke Fernandez, TKO, Jaio Pataya, TKO. And I know the lines aren't going to be out just yet because it's fucking Tuesday, guys. Keep in mind it's Tuesday. So I'm just giving you guys props early. Keep you in a certain mindset. So by the time, weigh-ins and all this shit come around, you're like, fuck, this bet's looking even better and better. I should have listened. You know what I mean? I got to go with those 3. Jaio Pataya, Dante Johnson, Luke Fernandez. Those are going to be my 3. I don't know what the odds are going to be. Hopefully we can get some solid odds on that. And if it's really good odds, then we will round robin. If it's not good odds, then we will only take as a parlay. We will see what we get. But those seem to be the things that I will be rocking with for this week. Thank you guys for checking out the show. Tune into Matchmaker Monday, Clubber Subber Dubber, TKO Tuesdays, Hump Day tomorrow, all that stuff. Thursdays we'll be dropping new content. Hopefully you guys like the new video that I'll put out for you guys. I don't know if it'll be this Thursday or next Thursday, but take a look out on Thursday. That's when we'll drop a new video relating regular people to MMA. Let's say that. So tune into the channel, check us out. Don't forget to subscribe. Scan that QR code right there. We're trying to get to 800, so please subscribe to the channel. We do this every day of the week for your entertainment. The least you can do is like the video below on your way out and subscribe to the channel. Okay. Also, don't forget to follow on socials. That's where we put out the parlays, the clubber subber dubbers, all that. The CP units parlays, which cashed last week. All right. By the way, Bobby Green cashed the plus 300. Bobby Green TKO cashed the plus 1100. You're welcome if you made some money on it. If you want to send your wins into the channel, you already know where to send them. One more round fights at gmail.com. So we can show you off like one of our French whores. Okay. But again, follow the channel, subscribe. All right. Show some love to the channel. Don't forget to like the video on your way out. Don't forget to leave a comment. You know, super chats are welcome here. Memberships. Don't forget to join the membership. Don't forget to join the Tapology if you want to see how you stack up in PFL and boxing bets. And yeah, I'm out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Sponsors, hit me up. You know, there's lots of things to be sponsored. Stop being a little bitch about it. Hit me up. All right. Anyways, I'm out of here. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesdays. And this was TKO Tuesdays. We bring you guys the best knockouts in MMA and boxing at the top level of the sport. Appreciate you guys. Thanks to everybody that showed up today. And I'll see you guys soon. I'm out.